Bay Obscura. It's October 2016. A preservation team at the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California, made a discovery that had been hidden for 94 years. Behind a sealed wall in the attic, they found a room, but not just any room. The room where Sarah Winchester had been trapped during the catastrophic 1906 earthquake. The room she blamed for bringing evil spirits into her home. The room she'd boarded up and sworn to never enter again. Inside the room, untouched since her death in 1922, they found a pump organ, a Victorian couch, a dress form and sewing machine, paintings leaning against the wall, personal artifacts frozen in time, waiting in the darkness. Welcome back. This is Bay Obscura, and this is the story of America's strangest mansion and the woman who built it to escape death itself. To understand the Winchester Mystery House, you have to understand tragedy. Sarah Lockwood Pardee was born in 1839 in New Haven, Connecticut. She was brilliant. Fluent in 4 languages by age 12, educated at Yale's Young Ladies Collegiate Institute, a skilled musician and composer, she was called the Belle of New Haven. In September 1862, she married William Wirt Winchester, heir to the Winchester Repeating Arms Company, the company that made the gun that won the West. But their happiness was devastatingly brief. On July 12th, 1866, Sarah gave birth to a daughter they named Annie Pardee Winchester. 6 weeks later, the infant died from marasmus, a severe wasting disease. Sarah withdrew from society entirely, consumed by grief. The couple never had another child. Then, in 1880, William's father, Oliver Winchester, died. Just 3 months later, in March 1881, William himself died of tuberculosis at age 43. In the span of 15 years, Sarah had lost her only child and her husband. She was 39 years old, and she inherited a fortune of $20 million, roughly $600 million in today's money. She was one of the wealthiest women in the world, and yet she was utterly alone. Here's where legend and history blur together. The popular story says Sarah, drowning in grief, sought out a Boston medium. Through a seance, the medium delivered a chilling message. Sarah was cursed. The spirits of everyone killed by Winchester rifles, Civil War soldiers, Native Americans, outlaws, and innocents, were seeking revenge. They had taken her daughter, they had taken her husband, and they would take her too, unless she did exactly as instructed. Now, whether this exactly happened is debatable. Historians like Mary Jo Ignafo have found no such evidence that Sarah ever attended a seance or believed in spirits. Her own staff said she showed no interest in the supernatural. But something drove her to California in 1884, and what she built there would become one of the most bizarre structures in American history. Sarah purchased a modest 8-room farmhouse on 161 acres near San Jose. She named it LaLonda Villa. For 38 years, until the day she died, workers hammered and sawed around the clock. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sarah designed every room herself, often changing plans mid-construction, tearing down completed work if it didn't meet her vision. She drew inspiration from World's Fair exhibits, incorporating cutting-edge Victorian design elements, Tiffany-style art glass, imported chandeliers from Germany, hand-carved furniture from Asia. But the house wasn't just beautiful, it was impossible. Staircases that climbed directly into the ceiling, doors that opened onto blank walls or second-story drops, windows built into floors, secret passages, dead-end hallways. One staircase had 44 steps, but only rose 9 feet. On September 5th, 1922, at age 83, Sarah Winchester died of heart failure in her bedroom. According to reports, she died in a sleeping bag on the kitchen floor. The Winchester Mystery House remains open for tours daily. You can visit the sealed attic room that was discovered in 2016. You can climb the staircases to nowhere, open the doors to blank walls, and stand in the spot where Sarah slept that terrifying morning in 1906. Maybe you'll feel something, maybe you won't. But I can promise you this, standing in that house, surrounded by 160 years of architectural obsession, you'll understand why people believe Sarah Winchester never really left. Sweet dreams.